Have you experienced something you just could not explain? A glitch in the Matrix experience, like a plane that disappears midair, or a phone, your phone that disappears and then reappears in another spot, like a moment that rewound itself like a broken loop in reality. Tonight, I'm going to guide you through 6 strange and unforgettable glitch in the Matrix experiences that aren't fiction. From the Reddit, from people that shared it on Reddit. These stories aren't fiction. There are first-hand experiences of people who swear they saw something or reality glitching or flicker. So, let's get comfortable. Hop in your beds and get ready to pay off your sleep credit card. So here we go. The first story is called Disappearing Plane. The original story is from the Reddit user Sinuman666. Okay, I'm not sure how I pronounce it, but it's from this user, so here's how this goes. I don't know if this counts, but it freaked us out. I mean, it was a clear sky, not a cloud inside. I pointed out the plane that wasn't that far away. I could make out the wings and tail and could easily see 4 jets leaving trails. I pointed out the plane to my dad and my partner because the trails were disappearing fast and usually they stay for a while. I looked at my partner, then looked back up, and it was completely gone. No trails, no plane at all. All 3 of us were shocked because we would have been able to see it. So the next time a different plane came, we watched it to see if it was hazy or if it did anything that explains what happened to the plane that disappeared. But nope, we could see the plane all the way to the horizon. So that is the first story. Did that make you trip a little bit? If it did, then get ready for the next one. The next story. So, this next story is posted by the Reddit user Hoochie69 Mama. Okay, so here how this goes. Okay, something really strange and bizarre happened tonight. Me and my partner were watching TV in our living room when our cat made a mad dash for the guest room in the back of our house. Since we moved into this house, the cat has shown no interest in this room, as it is basically empty. But he was urgently searching for something as if he was hunting. He was sniffing around and looking out the windows, just completely spazzing out. I noticed a strange noise that could be heard from within the walls of the guest room. I called my partner over and she heard it too, agreeing that the sound appeared to be coming from within the walls. Our house was old and it was raining outside. So I thought the raindrops were hitting a plant or a guitar and making a weird noise. But the noise was unnaturally rhythmic. It sounded like 3 taps, like water dripping on a tin can, and then a sawing noise, like a serrated blade dragging through wood. Tink, tink, tink. Shoo, shoo, shoo. Pause for 2 seconds. Repeat over and over again. I walked all over the house, inside and out, and the sound was the loudest from the guest room walls. Eventually the sound just stopped and the cat left the bedroom. I returned to the living room, sat down on the couch, and pulled up my phone from my pocket. I opened the TikTok app, and the first video that popped up was a man cutting through limes all the way through the cutting board. He then began tapping a stainless steel cocktail shaker. I realized the sound from this TikTok was the exact same sound that was emanating from my walls in the guest bedroom. If my phone was off and in my pocket in the whole time, how the hell did TikTok sound come from my walls? Alright, that was a pretty creepy one. That one was a little bit more on the confusing and really surprising ones. So before we begin the next story, I'm gonna give you 2 minutes of chest tingles. I've got this slinky over here, so I'm gonna make noises with it. So this is super beautiful. Look at that. You can see it's a rainbow. It has a rainbow pattern. Off to the third story. This one is pretty short and sweet, and it has to do with a fly. Okay, so the story is called Small Glitch with a Fly by the Reddit user Squatch Sounds. Alright, so this story goes, like I said, this is a small and insignificant glitch, but my brother, one of my friends, and myself all just witnessed a large housefly buzzing around the house, buzzing around, then fly through a closed glass window and screen and away into the neighbor's yard. It made no sense. There was no hole or entry point. This fly just passed through glass and a screen as if there was nothing there. That's the end of that story. It's pretty short. Alright, so now let's go on to the fourth story. Okay, this story is called Disappearing Phone by the Reddit user Mime Mike. Okay, this happened around a year ago in high school, and I didn't have any good friends yet who'd be close enough with me to pull a prank like this. In fact, most people thought I was kinda weird and didn't interact with me. My class was called to the seniors' classroom for a chemistry experiment, and I brought my phone to text my friend in case I got bored. I sent my friend a text, closed my phone, and looked away from it for a few minutes to watch the experiment. When I looked back and seeing my phone has been gone. My hand was even positioned like it was still holding it, and I didn't feel anyone take it from me or anything. I seriously looked for it everywhere, and made some students call in a few times and looked in my classroom where I didn't find it anywhere, near my desk or near the ringtone, nor hear the ringtone. I was even considering buying a new phone. That's how much I looked for it. Around 15 minutes later, when it was time for class, I went back to the classroom, I found the phone in my desk drawer, which was empty the last time I checked it, with 3 missed calls. WTF. The people who were there at the time and are still very adamant thought they weren't pranking me. Are still very adamant that they weren't pranking me. And I believe them. That was weird. Okay. So that was the 4th story. Let me know in the comments which one do you find the weirdest so far. So now, on to the 5th story. This one is another short one, and it has to deal with a glass of water. So this story is called Glass of Water by the Reddit user Lantern Operator. I am house sitting for a week and a thought that happened throughout our house several times. Nothing noticeable is ever out of place. Today, while cleaning the dog's dish, I go to walk into the dining room and stop as soon as I notice something very out of place. There is a glass with maybe an inch of water on the dining room table. This glass, as far as I can remember, has not been there since arrival, and nobody else has been to the house. I look for lip smudges around the rim, could not see any, though I did notice what appears to be a small fingerprint. I have not moved the glass, and don't plan to. You may say, maybe I forgot about a glass and left it there. However, I always drink from an insulated water bottle, which at the time it was in the fridge. So, that was the 5th story, and this kind of like maybe that was a glitch in the matrix I have experienced, because I have kind of drank a glass of water before doing a bit of research through Reddit, this Reddit subreddit. By the way, these stories are all from the subreddit r/glitch in the matrix. These are posts from the users, and all of the links, by the way, are in the description. We are moving towards the last story, and this story is called Biology Teacher, from the Reddit user Sorry Percentage 7791. So, my biology teacher was at 2 places at the same time. It happened around 8 years ago, when my friend and I were running late for our biology class. We had just finished our sports period and got carried away, losing track of time. Realizing we were late, my friend said, "We need to hurry. We're already 5 minutes late." To get to our classroom from the field, we had to pass by the computer lab. Next to it was a room where teachers prepared exam question papers and handled other computer-related tasks with the help of our computer instructor. As we hurried past, we saw our biology teacher inside that room. She noticed us and said, Go to your class. I'll be there as soon as I am done here." Relieved that we weren't in trouble, we smiled at our luck, thinking we'd avoided any scolding. But the moment we reached our classroom, both of us froze. We couldn't believe what we are seeing. Our frickin' biology teacher was already there, standing at the board, having drawn 2 or 3 big diagrams. She turned to us with a glare and scolded us for being late. Oh no. To this day, I still can't wrap my head around of what just happened. How the hell did she manage to be in 2 places at once. So there are 6 stories from Reddit, and I hope me narrating this gives you the sleep, and I am feeling pretty tired too. So it's time to also pay my sleep credit card too. So if this makes you sleep, the next time you see this video again, please hit the thumbs up button. It'll be greatly appreciated. My goal is to make ASMR videos in this channel to hopefully get people to sleep and pay their sleep credit cards. I cover a lot of topics in ASMR format, from stories like these and the back rooms. That's what I've been covering a lot in this channel, and maybe some other dream stories where I let you guys imagine dreaming, guided imagination for sleep. So enjoy and have a good night, and I'll see you next time.